Testing. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Testing. Does this mic work? Am I fucked? Awesome. Okay, am I too loud? Am I too loud? New setup. All right, sick. Okay, cool. So, sorry about the delay. Like I said, we hit 250 players. Actually, you probably couldn't hear anything I just said. So, again, we hit 200 players on Monday, 225 on Wednesday, and now on Friday we hit 250. So, we needed to, number one, change out this GE model, which we put in for Halloween, and we want to put it at 250 because, we shall see if Simplex is able to do some cool shit with it, and let's just hop into it. Yeah. Music is loud though. Okay, let me turn the music down. Is music better? Turn down 15%. Perfect. Okay, sorry. Thank you. Appreciate your feedback there, because I can't tell on my end. I don't know anything about this shit. I'm a boomer, you see. Yes, I am streaming some 3D modeling. He means browsers. By the pass. Come check out General. Stream is in General. It's how it always works, man. I'm on stream for 12, 15 minutes. I don't do shit. Okay, so let's get this shit going. All right, so I'm gonna hop over here to Metasec. So we kind of have already kind of a basis for what we're doing. Pretty much we have this model that we never really used, and I did some things. One of which was I imported from Blender this guy, this 250 right here. If you think that it looks low poly, I hope, because this shit is from Blender. It's not from the cache. It's not from OSRS, which means that there's a nice 50% chance that I was gonna get fucked by DatMaker. Which, if you've ever heard of DatMaker, it's Satan. If software were Satan, it would be DatMaker. So I'm intentionally gonna keep this guy right here. In fact, I'm gonna do this right now. I'm gonna keep this guy right here. Intentionally purely white, and the reason is I think what would be cool is if Simplex could affix a Inferno cape effect to this, or a texture to this. It would be really cool. Or maybe he's got something else. I don't know all the textures he has, but I think that this right here is prime real estate for some kind of advanced particle effect or whatever. So that's why this is being assigned that. I also noticed that the O is a little bit bigger than the other letter or the other numbers. So let me just real quick. I don't want to make it too small yet. You just widen it, and then yeah, it's just a little too big relative to the other. All right, so let's see. Is that about right? It's about right. All right. So immediately the problem with this thing, let me just zoom in to the whole fucking thing. So the problem with this is obviously this is huge, right? Look at the size of this thing. It's not gonna, let's flop over to game again. So if you look at the size of this thing, pretty much this is as big as I think a GE statue can realistically be. Any more than that, it's kind of gonna occlude other things, and not to mention it's just gonna be obnoxious. So I think the strategy here is to communicate with Zio and Simplex to figure out a way that we can shrink it down. Because I'm also not trying to make this thing up here, we want to show it off, but we don't want to be obnoxious because it's going to be at the top of this dome. Let me I don't know if I can zoom out, but like as you can see, like it's going to be on a separate level. So there's just some design consideration. Can't be too big is the point. So hop back over to Metasec. Okay, so first and foremost, I think the number one thing that needs to be considered is the color scheme. This, you can see like there's red and there's gold on the ground. And the reason why I think the GE model pops out is because there's pretty decent contrast between this black and this ground here. So TLDR, I think that this needs rethemed for a darker, I think it needs a darker contrast to it so that it can actually like pop out. And frankly, I'm just not really a huge fan of the way this turned out. These are the Chambers of Zeah colors, but at the same time, like, you know, I don't know, it's like, it's kind of lackluster to me. So, okay, all those things being said, lastly, this right here at the top, whatever we decide to do with it, it's gonna need to be separated into its own model, because it would be really cool if Simplex could spin this. If this entire piece right here were rotating, like a couple, you know, like, I don't know, 20 radians per tick or whatever. I'm not sure what the math is on that. It's some type of rotation. I want this to be able to rotate around because this guy's like holding on to something. So first and foremost, I think we should separate this into, like, partition this into pieces is the first thing. So 250, that's that piece. Then we got you, just make sure. Okay, this is gonna be our that's our insignia. And then as far as the actual model itself, this dude here in the front, how am I gonna wrap? Maybe it's all one joint face. Close enough. Okay. And then just maybe grab the rest. Yeah, I think that's good enough. So this is our, we'll call this our, I don't know, Arceus. Oh god, I spelled that wrong. Arceus dude. Yeah. And then finally we have our model, our base, I should say. And then of the base, we've got these insignia everywhere, which, to be honest with you, they kind of look like shit. I'll be honest. So number one, they can't look like shit. So we'll have to clean this up in some way, or we can just omit them entirely. As you can see, like that right there, nah, that's not gonna do. So we're gonna have to figure some shit out. What did I do? I posted the fucking link in Market. Nice. Okay. Let me. Sorry, I can't do anything right. You see. So, at Brett. sorry. I can't do anything right. Okay. So, all right, back to the issue at hand. This looks like shit. There are a couple faces there that kind of like meet together, but they're protruding, so it doesn't really like refract off the thing nicely. So this needs to be changed in some way. I can just delete the faces to it, or we'll see how this plays out. We're gonna restyle the thing first, but then we're gonna get from there into like some of the geometry. But for starters, let's grab. Can I just grab the entire thing that way? No. Okay, it can't be that easy. Can I at least? Oh, goddamn! I fucked this model up so bad. We'll try that. Oh yeah, I could tell I kind of made this when I was worse at Metasec. This is pretty bad. All right, let's see if that worked and if I deleted anything else on another side. Okay, let me take model off and then put these things together. Yeah, nasty, low poly garbage. Okay, let's see if we can merge these. All right, we'll call it logo, and then you gotta get these faces aligned. That's just nonsense. So, well, actually, I suppose this is the first like decision point, right? Because the question is, does having these on the side, does it distract from this too much, right? I'm almost inclined to say that it does, and that we should just like let these go. That's a Zio question. But yeah, for now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna basically remove those from the rest of the model, and I'm gonna ask Zio what he thinks. I have to, vet these things. Let me just tag him so he knows. But yeah, I'm just gonna do some boring shit for a second and just try to get these separated just so we can play. I don't know if he's gonna want to keep them or not, is my point. Let's see if that'll work. Oh no, that's gonna take off the back of it. So yeah, this is just some boring stuff for the most part. Let's see. Face. Take that off, and then take that off. We'll just grab that as a piece. Take that off. Okay, cool. So there's that, and then almost done. We just gotta do that one more time with this. It's just annoying. This is just kind of part of the puzzle. Like I haven't touched this model in a couple months, so I just kind of figured I'd hop back to it, and I don't think I was as good at the time, so I just gotta clean some shit up. All right, cool. So backing out. Now we've got it removed from the sides, and I think it looks just like a whole lot clearer, I suppose, because I mean you got like there's a lot going on here. Okay, so last thing before we move on is just like take all this stuff here, grab all these, misc, merge selected, and these are the logos. And I am going to just leave these as is for now. Can the 250 be a little more subtle, says Simplex? Ah, yes. Well, good question. Good question, because you will be the one that affixes textures to them. So you tell me. You tell me what you want to do. I set them to pure white so that you can affix textures. Smiley face. See how it works? I have to ask Simplex like this. Someday he's gonna grow some balls and hop on the stream. But yeah, I gotta have this dialogue with Matt back and forth. He's the one that knows everything. I know nothing. So Matt of course is the one that makes all the decisions. He and Sam, of course. But let me just get this confirmation from Simplex first. Because if he tells me he wants it a static color, then we're gonna go with that color. Maybe on one of the faces where one of the icons are, you can keep them white. He wants to, I think what Simplex is asking is he wants for, say, I think what he's asking is he wants like this face to be white. I think that's what he's asking. Which, let me extend that. Set material to face. So obviously this is gonna look like shit now, but no, just remove it and put the 250 there. Oh, So what Simplex wants to, okay, sorry, there's a little breakdown of communication there. So what Simplex wants to do is he's saying, take this 250 from here and move it, let's say translate, probably want to deselect the other thing. Translate this like down to where this thing is. He wants to put the 250s on the base. He wants to basically inset it into the actual model. Did I hear you correctly about insetting? Okay, so I've got the green light. Simplex is happy with this idea. Do you want me to keep it at hash FFFFF so you can texture it? Yes, please. Okay, cool. Boys, we're off to the races. We know exactly what we're going to do. Sorry about that. It's lame. I gotta get confirmation because obviously he's the big dog. He's the one that knows what can and cannot be done. So I always have to ask. Okay, so basically we're gonna move this onto here, and we're gonna put 250 on each side. So it's not actually gonna be that big of a chore. Oh, in Simplex, while you're here, question for you: are you able to make this thing spin? Are you able to make a would you be able to basically like translate around its origin like a model? Could that be done? Maybe that's some hacky shit you'd have to do, but could it be done? Could you spin the top as a separate model? I just think it'd be cool, you know, because like obviously, dude's holding up this thing, right, and it's static. Could we make it rotate? Is the question. But yeah. All right. Well, I'll let him think on that. Okay, and we're gonna take 250. Scalar down. How about that? Is that like in line with the thing? It's probably not. It doesn't lie tangent to it, but it's pretty close. Well, you're the, oh, okay, this is at Simplex. He's like, yeah, we can, but like, why would you? The rationale would be like, because this thing right here it kind of just looks static, right? It's just like kind of in the air. Put your hands in the air like you just don't care, and then this thing's just like static, right? It would make it, I just think, more visually interesting if we had our logo just like spinning around. But then again, totally your call. I could send it over as one file or two if you want to do it that way. But whatever you think is best. Okay, let's see. I probably... Is this thing... All right. Okay, is it even with the... Oh, I see. Okay, so this part kind of juts out, so it's not like... All right, it needs to be moved up. How does that look? I think it's about centered. So... Now remember, we're gonna restyle, we're gonna retheme all this stuff down below. And then there's going to be a 250 on each side. So when you look at it from back here, though, I don't think it looks... It needs to be moved down again, I think. And we'll see. We'll get to see with all of them together in a second here. But yeah, and of course we can add more. I mean, once we have kind of like a base to this, we can add like more things. This is just like the prototype. All right, so let's grab this guy. Just make sure I'm selecting one thing. And we're going to rotate it this way. Let's see, did I stick it first try or no? Oh, that's pretty close. So that one's kind of, that's almost flush with it. That one needs to go in a little bit. It looks close enough. It looks close enough. And then we got just one more of these. The main thing is they're on the same height level. That's the main thing. Because if one's like more up in the air, it'll be like, it's bad. So we'll say this last one is, well, let me just name these. So this is going to be 250 left. This is going to be 250 right. And then finally, we'll take this one here, and we're going to move him to the back. And then rotate him around. And we shall see if this is, oh man, God, I'm getting lucky. Holy shit. Usually that's a bear to do. Okay, so maybe a little bit more. Okay, so let's take a look around the whole thing. 250, 250, 250, bam. I hope this is gonna say 500 soon. Soon, TM. I hope this is gonna say fucking 500 on there. Okay, so we now have our kind of conceptual base here. And I think now the question is, how do we want to, well, actually, I'm putting the cart before the horse. Let me export this thing and just make sure that the aforementioned evil software called DatMaker is going to like it. Because IO and Simplex know exactly what I'm talking about. And why I would need to check that before I do anything else. The short version is, if you don't check it on DatMaker, there's a chance that, well, your model's not going anywhere. Okay, cool. Okay, you can't see it on the screen, but I just checked it. We're good. I'm going to delete these logos. There's no reason for them to be there now. And let's move him up here. Call him 250 bag. All right. So let me just make sure that Simplex likes what he sees so far. The current build. Okay, so looking mint. All right, cool, good. We're to stage 2 of our release point. We are at the theming stage. What texture do you think? I think that you should use your leaf powers of joy and pleasantness. Leaf, I call him a leaf. He's Canadian, UC, so I call him a leaf. Whatever your heart desires, bro. I was totally not useful. He asked me for a texture and I gave him some bullshit, but I'm assuming he's gonna put the Inferno texture on there, but we'll see. All right, so next things up is time to wrangle with the color scheme. So I'm gonna take off all of strobing pink and green it is. All right, well, that's where his heart took him. So he really got some inspiration there. Okay, so next up is we're gonna take a look at this this base, and we're gonna see what color palette has been applied to this thing and how we can improve it. So out of all these colors, we have a shit ton of them, which is a little bit problematic, but we're gonna figure it out. Maybe at this point, what I should do is save this and delete all this stuff to kind of simplify. All right, so I only got, okay, so that drops it down to like 6 total colors for this thing. Okay, so we're just gonna go with GE base only. Okay, so with the base, it needs to be dark with some kind of cool accent. What should that be? What color should this thing be? Kind of thinking that like this would be some type of, well, we've got gray and dark gray, I would think. And then this color in here, which is obviously this color, this highlight color. I could just name them, in fact. So, for example, if I just drop that over here, like all of a sudden, you're gonna have some red on there, right? And this is the second highlight. So this is like, so how about we make this like a, I would drop it down into there. So for example, now we've got something like red and cool and whatnot. We'll put, let's see, what's material 0? What does this, what I do just to like see what's what is I'll put it to some crazy color and see. I don't think this does anything actually. All right, so that's a non-factor. We just delete all that. So then it just leaves the chamber of Zeah colors, right? Let's see. So this is, that's basically the main color. What are you? So this is the accent, and then what are you? Okay, so this is kind of like the, this is kind of like inner. So how about for main? Again, one more time. So that's gonna be. Let's see, what kind of gray do I want on this thing? Any kind of color with the gray. I don't really know. We'll just start fucking with it, I guess. Let's drop it like way down. Nah, it's too red though. Maybe I'll put it like pure white so that it doesn't have any like extra hues on it. Not quite that dark. Yeah, sorry folks. This is the part where you just kind of like throw shit against the wall and see what works. And then maybe this one is going to be like ultra black. This is kind of looking like, this is starting to look like kind of like the what do you call it, Lord of the Rings, the fuck, come on Derek, come on, what's it called, the big eye, like the Khazad-dûm or whatever. No, that's not right. What's the name of that fucking big ass tower in the Lord of the Rings that has like Sauron's eye on it? That's what this is starting to look like. Yeah, this is definitely like definitely a statement piece. Let's see how that would look with the rest of the color scheme though. So let me boys, tune in. Need some color advice. This thing looks like Sauron's eye. We've got in the middle of the GE. If you look at it, it's kind of like this concentric ring, right? We've got like yellow here, and then we've got like this burgundy color like all around it. So I suppose that like maybe instead of like pure, maybe instead of like pure white, it should be a little bit red, perhaps. Maybe. Hard to say. I think, well, it's a judgment call, right? How cohesive with the surrounding environment does it need to be? I don't know, because then again, like this shit looks fucking sick, and it's like, it's got like all these crazy reds in there. Maybe if you look at the GE model right now, like you see the color of that red, it works though. It works. All right, back over to the metasec. Maybe I'll make this accent color here. I'll leave this kind of like this charcoaly color, but then like this accent, I'll just start to like translate this over to red a little bit. Maybe that's a little too much, but also know that like it's hard to predict like what the colors will actually be on the main game as opposed to what they look like here. That is a constant struggle of mine. It's still just a little bit like overpowering. Let's see, is that gonna work? I don't know. I think we just got to test this on the server or the whatever he calls it, the test server. It's hard to say, it really is. Let's get the guy in there now and save space only V2. All right, let's see. Next up, we're gonna grab the original and we're gonna port in this new base and then see what it looks like. No, don't do that. Okay, inserts. Okay, and then base. We can delete that, and now we've got the new base. We're gonna delete unused materials, and now we've got these colors at the end. All right, cool. All right, so like I was alluding to earlier, let's see what our dude and the other stuff looks like when we put them on there. Yeah, as you can see, this contrast is crazy. That's what kind of what we want is the 250 is definitely going to be like, you know, whatever Simplex affixes to this, like it's going to be wild. As far as this dude goes, I don't really think that I should change him too much. Cause I mean, he's kind of like, just like the OG. I suppose I could fuck around with some of these colors in here, but then he wouldn't be as like memorable for like new players. I think the main thing that just needs changed is the Zeah insignia. Yeah, I think geez, this thing's giving me a hard time. What do I want to do with this? I do think this is really the only thing that needs to be changed. Is just the this logo up here. I'm calling it the insignia, right? Yeah. Let me just make sure I've got the right pieces here for the colors. Well, I suppose one way I could do this is just like the other one, just like isolate it. Okay, so it's only two colors, so it's 14148 and 3126. Okay. Yeah, it's part of Metasec in doing this is just like they have these random ass names for everything, like color assignments and such. So I've got to fish them out. Okay, so there's the top one, and then 3-1. One moment. Just gotta grab the other one, and I'm good to go. There we go. So it's U. All right. So if I delete that, there's that, and then if I delete that, there's that. Okay, perfect. So how about we take the inner part? How do we want to do this? Because I can just hear in the back of my mind like Sam saying like, oh, that doesn't look like our logo. How do I make it kind of like? Maybe it's just the glow that needs changed. Well, what is this color here? All right, let's say this is insignia. We'll say this is insignia back. So the insignia glow. This thing is a little screwy. That's why I always do it this way. Okay, so the insignia glow should be that color. We shall see. I just gotta test to see what the inside is gonna look like with that. What's that base gonna be? Maybe the accent color? Maybe? It does look pretty fucking cool. It's definitely got it still has some of that hue in there. I'm just wondering if Sam is gonna like that. I don't know. there's a chance he's gonna throw this one out. Since this doesn't exactly look like the average Zeah symbol. Nah, what he's gonna say is he's gonna say that I can't see the symbol. He could also say that too. Maybe the glow needs to be. It's hard to say. It's hard to say what this is going to look like because this thing is basically wrapped around the maybe make this a little bit brighter. What's he gonna say? You know, I could also just make the thing white. Could make it white, then Matt could affix another texture to that too. I wonder what they'll say about this. I'm curious. I'm at a little bit of a stopping point. Should I make the insignia top part inside, or top part inside the encasement white for you to affix as well? What should be done with the insignia? I'm just gonna ask him just real quick because I want to spin my wheels here. Could, of course, we could totally flip the script and just make this shit like gamma, like totally like gamma lime as well. Like we could make this shit just like absolutely pop out. It wouldn't exactly fit with this, but then again, you know. All right, let's select this. I'm gonna make multiple versions of them because that's interesting. It just appeared as purple out of nowhere. Huh. Well, I didn't see that one coming. I don't hate it either. Maybe that's the way to go with it, actually. What color should this be? All right, so I'll do. Insignia inside. Cool. Okay. So insignia inside is this interesting like purple color, which I actually kind of like. And then we could put about, if we affix this color, which is the guy's necklace. Now, other way around, right? So the purple would be the one that would encase it, and the inside would be the. All right, let me. Whoop. Let me just make sure I'm just like selecting the right thing. Damn, that shit is fucking gamma. that is like crazy. That shit, you're gonna see this shit from all over the place if he puts it in. If we put it in like that. Yeah, you'll never ever unsee that shit. LOL, that's pretty bold. I mean, I don't know. It depends on Sam's mood, I suppose. All right, maybe not like. Let's not send it like fucking that hard. Maybe maybe half that hard. That's fucking that right there. That is fucking full send. Is what I'm looking at there. Yeah, turquoise for the win, I suppose. Oh. Yeah, never go full send. All right, we'll call this the same thing. This is gonna be insignia inside. I'm gonna just need to create another color for this because I can tell. We'll just, for now, we'll put it over here and then select vertices, set material to face. Okay, so we could go the route where so purple is like giving me ideas. It won't have anything to do with the base, of course, but then again, our model, our guide here, our Zeah guide is also there's a lot more purple in him, you know. Let's see, how would I? Oh, I probably don't even have the right. Okay, so emission. What's emission at 75? Okay, cool. So we'll bring this up to like that. That's the fucking that color there is like the Twitch. Yeah, that's like the Twitch colors. I don't hate it though. I mean, that's definitely visible. I think it's one of their criteria. They wanted it to be visible. All right, I suppose I'll. This is gonna be outside. If I do, oh, it's grabbing both. Okay, whoops, that's my fault. Is it just gonna? What's going on with this shit? It's the casing, I bet. Yeah, it just should be this that needs to be grouped. So set material to face. Okay. Okay, so now if I change this to like red, right? Okay, we're good now. All right, so pink's not the right color for it, but some shade of like lighter purple. It's hard to say how this is gonna like be diffuse, like how you're gonna see it from a distance. As you can see, I'm definitely trying to use my brain here. It's this was tough. It's just so hard to imagine because this. Okay, so this thing has like a transparency on it. It's a little bit tough to envision. Let me grab simplex real quick. We're almost done, by the way. Once this is done, it's over with. We got the red one. We got the other one, which I still don't know what to do with the encasement. I feel like Sam's gonna immediately say like, why is the encasing not like a green? This is what he's gonna say right now. He's gonna be like, that's not our brand. Or maybe I just send it and turn this up a little bit. Maybe just go that route right there. Just say fuck it. All right, let me get back with simplex on this. All right, that's okay. Let's see what they have to say. Could totally also go the route of just making the insignia in the back completely black. I suppose I'll do that too. Let's take a look. We'll do this. Oh, I can't do it that way. Okay, I'll clone this. And then clone this. All right, so this one here, I'm gonna take this one and make a totally new material. Well, actually, I'll just do inner and then set it to, yeah, there's that as well, which could be a thing. I'll see which one of these he likes the most. And outside, I'll give him one more option to pick from. Maybe outside goes we'll do all right, I've given him like 4 or 5 to choose from. Yeah. At this point, we definitely have some options. Okay, maybe what I could do is I could drop a collage. I could, because I really don't have any preference. I'm not sure like which direction to go with it. Yeah, I've got a ton of them now. So what I'm gonna do, I think, is I'm gonna put it in Discord and I'll see if anybody has like any of these are like better than the other. I could actually hold on 1 second. I'm just gonna save these. Okay, there's 2. Sorry, this is taking a little bit. I'm just not sure. I think this is the part where we should just ask people, because I'm just not sure what people will like and all that shit. Let me just load up my Figma, which I always use, and one moment. I've got to like make them kind of sort of even. So this is gonna be frame selection, then drop it, and then cut it. Clip content, okay, almost done. All right, sorry. You just can't make up my mind. Sometimes I can't. Which one of these do you like the most? I'm gonna put in, let's see, a 1. Shit. Alright, I'm a boomer, so I can't emoji. I can't emoji for shit. I'll do A, B, C, and D. Okay, so something. I'm just looking through on Zeah at the moment. Hold on. Add a dark outline to the man in the middle. It'll give him more pop on top of the symbol, make them both a focal point. Yeah, well, the problem is I can't. The man in the center, I can't like encase him. Sorry, I'm just not reading this. All right. It's a good suggestion. I agree with you, Yuji. It's just like it's hard. I'd have to like the geometry would have to be right. Like I'd have to have something that like protrudes from it. I'd have to like extrude him. Mind voting. Mind taking a look and voting for the color scheme that you like the most. I'm a boomer, so it's A, B, C, D instead of 1, 2, 3, 4. Would be greatly appreciated. Yes, I'm streaming it at the moment. Sorry, I know this is so boring. I can't pick, so I need you guys. Yeah. Please help. Your opinion. Your opinion matters greatly. I can't make up my damned mind. All right, so we're getting a very predominant C. I can see that. I'm seeing, okay, so Eggy just said that he thinks that D looks very good, but C is more on brand, is more cohesive with the brand. I think there's a lot of wisdom in that. It does have to, after all, this needs to be on brand. Yeah, C is just outperforming. C is clearly outperforming the others. It's a 2-horse race between C and D. simplex. Yeah. Note, the 250 will have a texture, possibly Inferno lava, affixed to it. 250 not equal to bland, boring white. All right, so yeah, C is just blowing all the others out of the water. Okay, so we have sufficiently crowdsourced. C got to 10 before everything else got to 5. So that's obvious. Okay. Okay, boys, thank you for voting. Much appreciated. Could not decide. Okay. Okay. Sorry, just a little chat with Zeah real quick. Zeah was saying basically that he does not like the color scheme. So, we are going to be doing some things over. Yeah. Alright, so he wants, basically what he wants is for it to actually be the same color as the ground surrounding it. Okay, so, let me... let me just real quick grab the color palette that he just dropped in, and I'm going to basically separate that into 2 separate entities. Okay, so sorry about that. I need to basically change some colors real quick. To get that, I need to figure out what those colors are. He's very specific about which ones he wants. Okay, and we're gonna put that on here. One moment. Okay, so I've got the 2 colors now. Sorry, I'm doing a bunch of stuff on Figma. It's another program. I didn't feel like loading it up. So we go back over to here, and so Sam is basically saying he does not like this color in here. So those colors need to change. They need to be 2 specific hex colors. Okay, so the question is, we've got two colors on the ground at the GE, right? We've got this color here, which is a type of yellow, and we've got this type that's a red, and those are the colors that need to make up this column. So Okay, so we go back to the base. Okay, and we're going to make this here. Okay. We're gonna make, let's see, main. Sorry, this thing's a pain in the ass to work with. All right, I just gotta paste it. It won't. It seems that you can't paste things in easily. So this right here, this color, that is the GE. Yeah, can't use that color per se. We can go with. We can go with this one. It's a little different. Okay, that's going to be a little bit darker. This color here is going to turn out to be the same color. It doesn't look it, but it will be. All right, so that's that. Then the accent needs to change to some type of burgundy. Yeah, so the burgundy color, let me just try this first. All right, so that's the burgundy color. What happened to it? I must have got something wrong here. It can't be that color, can it? It's not dark enough. Let's try that one instead. It's so weird I can't copy from like internet browser into. Okay, so yeah, that looks about right. Yeah, so that's this color. And then yeah, so 7 for C40, and then we're gonna just drop this down. I'm just gonna have to do this by hand, I think. Yeah, that's gonna be that, and then this highlight has to change as well. So what's this gonna do? So that color definitely needs to be like more subtle, like 100%. And it can't be like that either. Okay, it's starting to take shape. It's definitely. I'm just looking at the two side by side. It definitely, I think, the accent needs to be like a little bit, like deeper. I think. Yeah, Well, we'll see how it comes out when it's actually in the game, but yeah. What am I gonna do about this? Because okay, we'll put this in there. Let's just see what this is gonna look like. So the people voted. People liked something else, but I don't know if it's gonna work now. That's not the one. That's not the one. So I think that what I'm kind of like milling over right now is like this here, which people voted on. Which one did they vote on? They liked. Okay, so the one people voted on had black in the interior and then a lime around it is what they voted on. So let's see what this is gonna look like when that's done. Sorry, I'm just adjusting here. We'll do. Oh, I don't even need to do. Or actually, I should just, yeah. Okay. So we'll just set this all the way so it's like more obvious, like which one it is, and then we'll put that on the inner. Yeah, no. Let's take that all off. Okay, so inner needs to be. It was like black almost. It was that's what people seem to like, and then the surrounding thing was this color, right? Oops, not selecting everything. Yeah, that's what people liked. All right, so I suppose if we're gonna go with this look, okay, let's see. So first and foremost, I think this highlight here, which is that stuff, I think that needs to be even deeper. Or I got the wrong one. Inner, yeah, this one needs to be even deeper. Maybe I sent it a little bit too hard there. Yeah, a little bit better. I don't know. Ah, man. The problem is the 250s. The 250s, they don't look as like. I don't know. We'll see what Simplex does, but I think maybe what I'm gonna have to do is blow these up because all of a sudden they're not like as the contrast is lower, so they might not stand out as much. Kind of thinking I need to blow them up a little bit. All right, let me get Sam again. Hold on a second. All right, let's see what he thinks. Got his attention. The insignia above was voted on. Oh, hold on a second. What do you want the gems to be? The insignia, blah blah blah, like goes from yellow to reddish. goes from yellow to reddish to black to cyan teal. Yellow to reddish to black to cyan teal. Boy, that's whew. Goes from yellow to reddish to black. Yellow to reddish to black. So I think that what he's talking about is a base. To cyan and teal. That's gotta be. He's gotta be talking about the insignia with that. There's no cyan or teal in the base. Sorry, this is you gotta bear with me here. Okay. All right. Well, how about all right, I think the first. I think no matter how you slice this, I think the number one thing is like the 250s here. They have to be bigger. I think that's the first and foremost thing is he's got to be larger. And I say that because all of a sudden these are now boring compared to like the background. The background is like this like yellow color, right? So these 250s are now like all of a sudden kind of well, shall we say they're bland. We shall see what color. He was saying to make them like bold red. We could totally do that. Let me all right, so definitely bigger now. Let's see, that one lies, it lies about flush. I think that one's out a little bit more than the others. Let me I'll just move this one just a little bit. All right. He says to make this like as red as possible. Is what he wants to do. Let's go to here. We'll just this. I think that is as red as like something can possibly be. Oh, no wonder it's got all this bullshit. Like, yeah, got it. It's got some ambient quality to it. Okay, so yeah, that's what this would look like if it were pure red. But I don't know. Because the thing is that like it doesn't pop. Like it just doesn't pop enough. Because there's like red in the background, you see. But you know what? We'll see what it looks like. We'll see what it looks like. I'm not sure. Part of me kind of feels like it should kind of connect the bottom with the top. Maybe this should be a purple, some type of purple. It doesn't. I'm not feeling it. I don't know. Yellow and purple. Shit. I mean, unless we're the fucking LA Lakers, I don't know, man. That's nah, I can't do it. Maybe. God damn, what are these orbs in the middle? Okay, so there's the highlight. I don't know. Fuck. Sorry, just deep in thoughting it. Yeah, I should save this shit. I haven't saved it forever. Yeah, it'd be a little. Oh yeah, okay. Well, all right. Fair enough. Yeah, that could be. This could be a possibility. It's hard to say like how deep that red's gonna be. LOL. This model went from being like completely like green to like being completely like red. It's yeah, it's quite something. And of course, you know, it goes without saying, like I could just like pass these colors to Matt, and he can put in other things like after the fact. So you know, he could probably parse out that color hue and like affix something to it if he really felt like it. But just chatting with Zeah about what needs to be done. That's all. We're gonna put it as white for now. I think that the idea behind that is just so that like Matt can like post process change it. Because I don't know if the red is really the way to go. So it's kind of hard to say. All right, so I got the green light. Basically, I think the model's done. The last piece of the puzzle is just to save it as V5. And now we're going to load it up in Dat Maker. Let's see if it loads. It does load. Okay, all the geometry looks good. Dat Maker is kind of a piece of shit, like I said earlier. Sorry. Another way to put that. I can't even zoom out on the program. So we're just gonna have to go on faith alone that this shit's gonna work. But it does look pretty nice. We shall see. Like I said, there's an entire like conversion process between Metasequia and the actual game and how it's rendered. Okay, so it's been a long stream. Sorry, there's a lot of color decisions. The geometry was easy. Usually it's the other way around. The color's like easy and the geometry's hard, but no. This time it was the other way around. So I think we're good to go. I am going to submit this to Simplex, see what he and Zeah say. From there, we're going to make some edits to it. I think the main thing is that we did hold with the original idea of going with the community theme. Because at the end of the day, like, it's something that you guys should like. And clearly you like that design more than the others. So, that's all for me. I'm going to head out now. And thank you again for helping us reach 250. I don't even know if he was on the stream, but if you are and you're watching this, thank you for helping us hit 250. We're gonna be at 500 soon. I'm gonna have to make another one of these fucking things. So yeah, cheers and have a good night.